Hey, it's a short week and we plan on prime time, Thursday night football. Will Mayo Mania continue? And what does a song from 2004 have to do with anything that we're going to talk about in this video? Hey, the only way you're going to find out is you stay tuned. Welcome to From the Cheap Seats. Hey, welcome. Glad to have you. I'm your host, Bonafide, and this is From the Cheap Seats, a show where we preview and recap every Tennessee Titans game from this season. So every week, we're going to go over all the action that's coming up, and then we'll recap it after the game is done. So let's jump right into it. We're playing on Thursday night football. Some people love it. Some people hate it. It is what it is. The first game of the week, and you're on prime time on Amazon Prime. And this is going to be one of our only primetime games we have this season. I think we play on Monday Night Football, but I'm not sure. But we're facing off against the Pittsburgh Steelers, who used to be, fun history fact, back in our division when we were way back in the day when we were the AFC Central. It used to be us, and they're the only team that's left in the division. They've moved us around. They're 4-3, and they're second in their division. I think they're right behind the Ravens, who lead the division. Their defense, game record, led by TJ Watt, man. That dude is something serious. He's a menace. And that defense is still fearsome. Now, they're going to be missing Minkah Fitzpatrick because he's out with the hamstring injury. And Kenny Pickett, which is their second-year quarterback, is also dealing with a little rib thing that's going on right there. But he's expected to play. I don't think he's going to be 100%. We'll get into that in a little bit further. Now, the run game, I did a little research, was reading a couple articles about the Steelers. The run game for the Steelers isn't as productive as they want it to be. And that's putting a lot of pressure on Pickett to kind of lead the offense. Now, he's got good pass catchers and George Pickens, a.k.a. NFL young boy, and Deontay Johnson. So they're really relying heavily on the passing game. Now, another thing that I've kind of noticed about the Pittsburgh Steelers is that I think they have their own Todd Downing in Matt Canada. I've seen some funny clips and some funny videos of Matt Canada not celebrating touchdowns, and he's the offensive coordinator. So, hey, that looks like they have their own Todd Downing. I too remember when we went through a phase with a bad OC. Thank goodness we don't have to deal with that anymore. So trade deadline came and went, and we stood pat. Nobody got traded outside of Bayer. Outside of the Bayer trade, nobody else was traded. And honestly, I think that was a direct correlation to the result of the game from this Sunday. Everybody that was listed in the rumors had an awesome game. DeAndre Hopkins, rumored to go to the Chiefs or some other team. He had 3 TDs. Derrick Henry, rumored to go to the Ravens. Dallas Cowboys, he had 101 yards on the ground. Danico Autry, which was like a dark horse name, I think he had a sack. And so, I think the win played a big part in this. Like yesterday, right at the trade deadline time frame, Rand Carthon was on the field taking, chatting with the players. So I don't think anything, I think they said, hey, this is what we thought we could do. We just didn't know that we were going to have to do it with a rookie, but yet and still they did it. So he played a big part in this. Now, Will Levis is expected to get the nod at quarterback again because we don't expect Ryan Tannehill to be ready to go. So definitely excited that we didn't have to wait a long time, a whole week, to see what he's going to do in this next performance. He was coming off a great NFL debut. Now, I'm not expecting to see the same type of performance that we got, but if we get anything close to it, I mean remotely close to it, especially after he's had time to look at the game film, see the misses that he made, see the mistakes that he made, and clean them up, it definitely is going to help us out. There is a YouTube channel that if you watch NFL game footage, things like that, you've heard about it before. It's called the QB School, and it's run by Dr. J.T. O'Sullivan. He did an awesome job breaking down Will's performance in the game, and I'm gonna link it. I'm gonna put the video card up here, and I'm gonna put it down in the description. I think if you're looking for something else to watch after you watch this video, that's definitely next up on your list of viewing YouTube. So put that in your save for watch later. Yeah, click the eyeball and watch that video later. All right, so we get into the injury report. The injury report had a lot of players on it. Some of them were out for personal reasons. Some were out with just rest. But I think the only players that are not going to play this week is Tannehill with the ankle and Hubbard, who had a concussion last game and he was out. And I don't think he's going to be ready to go on a short week. Josh Wild, the tight end, he's back from concussion, which is good news for us. Another pass catcher. Now, Roger McCreary is still on the injury report with a hamstring, but we don't know. He could be good to go. I saw some footage from him in practice. He might be ready to go. Like I said, for the Steelers, Pickett and Fitzpatrick, Pickett's probably going to play. Fitzpatrick's not going to play. But Cam Hayward, I think they just pulled him off for IR. He practiced both days, so that's going to add to their defense. So he may have a shot to play. All right. So in the next segment, everybody's favorite segment, trying to win some money. All right. And this segment is sponsored by Music City Bets. You can follow them on Twitter, X, whatever you call it, at Music City Bets for all your gambling plays. Now, Music City Bets is a good article, a good account to follow because they keep us up on all the betting news, just not plays, but betting news. And you know me, I live in Florida, so I'm not able to make any wagers on the game. But I was just hit with some good news today that we might be back in it. So hey, I might be doing some of these plays with y'all. But the Gridiron Gambles player today from Music City Bets is, since he went off last week, I'm expecting him to continue to do so. We're gonna ride that nuke. DeAndre Hopkins, anytime TD, I think is at plus 210 right now. So get that play in there. And remember to follow Music City Bets on Twitter for all your gambling news and plays. All right. So in 2004, Jay-Z had a song called Encore. And he later remixed it with Linkin Park when they had Numb and did a mashup. Now that song was a banger. You know what I'm saying? It was a banger, both versions of it. So that got me to thinking. So now on Thursday, we are looking to see if we're going to get an encore from this offense, and more notably, Will Levis. Now, we're probably not going to get the same 4 TD performance that we got, and I don't think we should expect that. But what we should see is continuance of this offensive play that we've seen from the Titans. Now, we attacked the defense. I mean, that was a really balanced game. If you think about it, we had 230 yards in the air, 4 TDs. We had 100 yards plus on the ground for both Derek and Tajay. It looked like a balanced, modern offense. It's like, Tim Kelly, again, like I said, he was in his bag on Sunday because some of those plays that if you go back and watch that QB school video I was talking about, really highlight how the concepts and the players are working for us. Now, the Falcons defense was good, but let me tell you something. This TJ Watt and this defense that we about to play on tomorrow, ain't nothing to play with. That man will wreck a game just like his division counterpart. You remember Myles Garrett and what he did to our offense? Yeah, he can do that too. So now, and remember, Hubbard is out. So I think we're going to have to see a little bit more of Andre Dillard or some form of Radins. And like Andre Dillard didn't do too bad on Sunday in pass protection. So, who knows? And like I said, doing a little reading on the Steelers, they employ that like big 3 safety look. And I think with Minkah Fitzpatrick being out, that's going to throw a monkey wrench on it. So this is why I said the return of Wow and Chig is important to this game. We need them to catch the ball, and this is more along the lines of directed at Chig than it is Wow, because Wow was catching the ball before he went out with that concussion. We're going to need these young pass catchers to do their part, and that's the only way really that we can really continue this type of offensive display. The deep shots are going to be there for Hopkins, but Burks needs to be involved in the game. Now, I do have little hope that Burks is going to be a contributor in here, but we need NWI and Phillips and the tight ends to be consistent on their pass catching so that we can keep the chains moving. The play action is more effective. Derek has some bigger lanes to run through because they're maybe not running 8 men in the box. So those lanes are there for Derek and or Tajay to get something going on the ground. So that is what I'm looking for when I'm thinking about an encore. Do you want more? I'm not from Brooklyn, and I don't know the rest of the league. So we'll leave it at that. But this is my closing thoughts, things like that. So like we're on a short week, you know, we just played Sunday, now we're playing Thursday. And, you know, we know that now that Levis is kind of like QB1, or he is QB1. He's got the majority of those first team snaps with the starters, another week of practice under his belt, week of film where he's the main focal point. So he can look at these issues that he's working with, correct those mistakes, and then, you know, see the shots that he missed. Now, he's still a rookie, so we got to be, you know, we got to temper our expectations. But this game on Thursday will go a long way in really knowing what we have in Levis. Now, I totally expect some mistakes to happen this week, you know, because just like we got film, they got film. And, you know, maybe he has a turnover, maybe it's an interception from him, but he's built up some cushion from last week's performance. Now, I really believe this is a game where the defense and the tight ends in that short yardage passing game is really going to be the difference in this one. And like I said, can we take advantage of the injuries that the Steelers have and this short week and get back to 500? So my prediction for this game is, like, I feel like I'm all in on Will. And he shows us that, yes, he is that guy moving forward, and that we finally got us a good quarterback we finally got one. All right. I think Nuke and Chig get TDs. I think Derek punches one in from a short yardage. I think Folk gives us 3 points. And really, because of the injury to Kenny Pickett and that run game not being as good as it is, you know, that their offense can't get anything going. And then our pass rush is a main factor in that, rounding in the form. They had 6 sacks last game. I think they add 4 more this game, and we get the victory in prime time, and we finally get over 30 points, and we win the game 31-17. That's my prediction. So if you made it this far, thank you so much. Tune into the next episode where we recap this entire game and what the good, the bad, and the ugly, and see if we, you know, did we make some money on the gridiron gamble? So we're gonna give you a whole that. Now don't forget, we're over 500 subs. So now we've kicked off our road to 1K giveaway. And the only way you can make sure that you're entered to win this throwback Oilers jersey is you have to be a subscriber of the channel. So don't forget to like, maybe, you know, drop comments down there. I'm always trying to reply to everybody's comments in the chat as much as I can, and subscribe, and then share this channel out with your friends. Cause like I always tell everybody, there is plenty of room in the section for us all. So until tomorrow, tighten up.